Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on July the 29th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of the news that's coming up, first, we have CPI numbers here in the Asian session today, and these are expected to be below the previous numbers, which makes sense because things were shut down. Now, we also have a Fed announcement coming up tomorrow, but prior to FOMC, Fed actually made an announcement today, and then they extended the loan program that that is available for small businesses. They extended it to all the way into December. So there will be, so here it is, Fed announced an extension through December 2020 of its lending facilities that were scheduled to expire around September. So now this program will be available to small businesses till the end of the year. And this is because Fed is worried right now because the economy isn't recovering the way it was expected or the way the Fed had expected it to recover. So right now there are challenges with the virus. The virus has spread way more than what was expected. And as a result of the spread of the virus in the US, we are seeing many things are getting shut down again, or some of the things that were supposed to open are not opening as they were scheduled. So all of that is a negative for the economy. Now, on top of that, there are also some employment benefits that are expiring very soon, end of July, and that's a concern. Now, with that though, we do have the federal government, or we have seen that they are working on or the Senate has proposed a bill, so the Congress will be discussing it, and they were supposed to reach an agreement by end of July. That may not be possible, but hopefully in the next 2 months, next 2 weeks, that they will be able to reach an agreement. So right now there's a lot of concern in regards to the economy, and Fed would be worried. So tomorrow here, the FOMC statement from the Fed, that may be more dovish than expected. And at this point, not expecting any monetary policy change. But if for some reason Fed even mentions negative interest rates, that would be really bad for US dollar, and we could see US dollar drop as a result. But at this point, we're not expecting that, but just something to keep in your back pocket. Should that happen, US dollar is going to basically just get sold heavily. However, Fed would be aware of that, and they wouldn't want to erase that. And this is why they actually made the announcement prior to the FOMC statement. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, we do have trade balance numbers here from the US, as well as pending home sales. So the home sales numbers are supposed to be positive. If they come in higher than the expected numbers here, we may see US dollar go up. And that's it for the important news here. And let's go on to the charts now. Okay, so with the Fed statement or FOMC tomorrow, we may see some profit taking coming into the market. We did see that today. Euro has dropped, and that was because of this big move to the upside and profit taking coming in. So we have seen that in the stock market as well. And prior to the meeting, we may see some more of that. So just be aware of that. So for now, bias here is slightly to the downside. Overall, US dollar is weak, and it's expected to stay weak for the next several months. However, in the short term, though, we may see a bit of a pullback here because of the Fed statement tomorrow. So at this point, I will look for a bit of a pullback, potentially towards 1.165 1.1950 here, or even into 1.1640 level here. So bias is bearish for tomorrow. Second target would be 1.1600. So bearish bias here for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, this one did go up today, but we are very close to this resistance level. We are into actually in that zone already. So if you take a look all the way back here, so a lot of this pound strength today was more because of selling in euro or profit taking in euro. So this is the support resistance level that we can see price has struggled here previously. Now we do have a bullish candle close for the day though, but if we see profit taking coming in, then we could see a drop here. So I would watch out for that. So for now, bias is neutral to bullish, but if it doesn't break through 1.2950, so if it holds below today's high, I would be looking for that pullback. Now, should it go through though, once it goes through, it is definitely bullish then. And then target would be 1.3020 and then 1.3070. For now though, I would be careful with all the dollar crosses going into the Fed meeting tomorrow. Aussie dollar here, this one has become range bound here for the last little while. Right now, the daily candle close here is neutral. So in this case, we may see a bit of a drop or a move back towards the range support here of 0.7065. So bias here is neutral for Aussie dollar. However, if we do see that it breaks through the resistance, then we're looking at 0.7235 level. So for now, neutral bias, looking for a move back towards a support level here, towards the range support. New Zealand dollar here, this one went and tested the resistance here, hasn't been able to break through that. So we may see a drop here. This is also range bound, and target here is 0.6600. So bearish bias for New Zealand dollar here. Dollar CAD here, we see that price has pulled back. It wasn't able to make through this resistance level. It's into support level, I should say. It's into strong support resistance level here. This previous resistance is now acting as support, and as we can see last 3 times, it failed to go through that. So today's candle close is neutral, but because it's into support, we may see this one go higher here. So bias here will be neutral to slightly bullish here, and target is 1.3440. Now, anything that causes dollar weakness is going to change all of this. So we do have to keep an eye on the comments that come out either from the Fed or the government. If they, let's say, they pass the stimulus package, that could be a problem. Or also if the Fed announces another stimulus package, that will be negative for US dollar. So we'll have to be careful with the FOMC tomorrow. For now though, we may see a bit of a move higher here towards 1.3440. All right, silver here. Let's take a look at commodities. Silver has had an interesting move today. We saw price basically go back and forth here. Bias here is neutral. If we see some profit taking, and we're likely to see some profit taking in the stock market, should that happen, we may see this one decline as well. This has been quite a rapid move. So ahead of the Fed meeting tomorrow, this could decline a bit. So bias is neutral. I am looking at 23.00. However, if it holds above the level that it's at, we could still get that next leg higher. For now though, because of the uncertainty in the market ahead of the Fed meeting, this one could pull back a bit. So neutral bias here for silver. Gold here, a big move higher. Now there is a pin on the top which shows a bit of uncertainty here. The long-term bias still remains to the upside, but we may see a bit of a pullback here potentially into 1941 area or 1920 area for tomorrow. There tends to be usually there is a, especially if the market has run a long way prior to the Fed meeting, we may see that uncertainty, and we may get pullbacks. So that's something to keep in mind here. But overall, bias is still to the upside, and this is likely to continue on here. 2000 is the target that we are watching here. So for now, in the short term, looking for a bit of a pullback, but we'll have to keep an eye on. This is not something to be sold lightly at this moment. Oil here, oil still struggling in that range, wasn't really able to get through. A bit of a bearish candle close, which doesn't really mean much. Next target here is 40.50, just like we had a previous, the red candle here, then it dropped into that support. So that's all I'm looking for. We can't really, this one has been stuck in this range for so long that we can't really have really basically a real bias on this. It's just stagnated at the moment. So copper here has been stuck in this range for a bit. As we can see, it has been here for 2 weeks now at least. At this point, today's candle was completely neutral. It's still stuck in a range. This one could go in either direction here. So bias is neutral for copper, and I'm expecting it to basically trade within this range that it has been trading in for now. So neutral bias for copper. If it does break through, then I will look at 2.80. For now though, this is still range bound. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin has also gone up because of the US dollar dropping as it has, and because of the price in, this is Bitcoin is in US dollar here. So because of that, Bitcoin has gone up. And today is today we saw this move in both directions. We have a spinning top, so this looks neutral at the moment. I will look for, we may get a bit of a pullback here into the low of the day, 10,500. So bias is neutral at the moment for Bitcoin. S&P 500, we did see that drop today, so bias is bearish. We may be seeing a bit of a profit taking here ahead of the Fed, because Fed is likely to be dovish for tomorrow. And as a result of that, ahead of that Fed meeting, we may see a drop towards 31.90, but then we are into strong support level here. And if it doesn't break down, we're likely to see that move back up. So right now it's been trading in this range, and within the range I'm looking for a drop. And the only way we're going to get this drop would be if it manages to break through the support, which we'll have to wait and see. For now though, first target is 31.90, and then second target here would be 31.50. So bearish bias here for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, this one's looking bearish as well, more profit taking, like I mentioned. So looking for a bit of a drop here. First target is 10,380 and then 10,300. So this is bearish as well. Now, if the Fed says that they're going to do more stimulus, that will be positive for the stock market, and we're likely to see the stocks shoot up. In the meantime, though, we may see some profit taking ahead of that. So this one, Dow Jones here, it's sitting into support. Last time it was at support, it wasn't able to break through. So we have to be careful with today's candle. If it doesn't break through, it can again turn around and go back into the range. So that's the caution. However, it is pushing into the support level here, which means we may see a drop, a break through this. Once that happens, next target is 26,000. And should it go through that, we're looking at 25,800. So bias here is bearish for Dow Jones. And then we have DAX here. DAX also pushing into the support level. It just barely closed below it. Bias is bearish. Now we do need to see a meaningful break below this level. for the continuation, but biases to the downside. 12,500 is the next target, and only if it goes through that, we're looking at 12,400, so bearish bias for DAX. And then we have FTSE here. FTSE is also into support. Now this is the range it's been trading in for the last little while. Bias is bearish, and once we see a break through this support level, only then are we looking for the next level, which is 60.30, and then below that we have 59.80, so bearish bias here for FTSE as well. And then Nikkei here, Nikkei also closed the day lower, so this is looking bearish as well. Next target is 22,250, back into the support level. So this has been trading in this range for a number of days now, over 2 weeks. And at this point, I'm looking for a move back into the support level at 22,250. And if it doesn't break, then we're basically back into the range here. But for now, bearish bias and 22,250 is the first target, and only if it goes through that, then we're looking at 22,000 as the second target. So bearish bias here for Nikkei as well. So that's it for today. So that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful trading day. Bye for now.